associates gather on the stand. This trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 Ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Chief Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. Fat or fat, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 Ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
I was sleeping.
What's up, everyone? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope the storms are staying out of your area. They are so far staying out of mine. That makes me happy. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, goodness. Oh, thanks, Bree. Yay. Another trip around the sun. The moon. Whatever. The sun. What's up, whoever? The funny thing is, so it translated over here in StreamYard, but over in YouTube, it didn't. It just says good morning. Thank you, ma'am. Hello, Miss Heidel. And Miss Chloe. It is not Wednesday yet. Yes, sleeping. What's up, Bad Dazzer? And Mr. Snipe, how you doing? I don't know if the storms were going to get to you or not. They are headed into Ohio, but they're north of me. So, what's on the party agenda today? I'm old, so I have no party left. We're going to listen to this trial. That's the party. Hello, Chris. How are you? Well, it's sort of translated since it's literally good day, not good morning. I just was, it was just funny because I'm like, wait, that's not what that says over on YouTube. But that's it. That's what it says in StreamYard. I don't know. Thank you, Bad Dazzer. Thank you, Snipe. Trial party. Did it know what to make? I think the ha-ha-has with the like that stay the same. Yeah, they stay the same. So, yeah, Chicago's getting hit right now. But hey, keeps everybody inside. Thank you, Heidel. Guilty, Flash Van. It's mine. It's mine. 35. Yep. I am 35 years old. Or maybe flip it around. I can't get a senior discount yet. Let's just keep it that way. No. Not 35 plus 35. Happy Boomer Day. I know. But hey, as long as it's raining, it's going to be a quiet night. Thank you, whoever. I feel sometimes 105. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Yeah, to be 35 again. I can I it's always like if I can go back, can I take the knowledge that I have? Because if I have to go back and do it over again, only to be, repeat the same dumb things, then I don't want to. If I could go back with the knowledge that I have now, then I might do it. I'm chasing you, Snipe. Oh, I'm chasing you. That's right. 27 with the current level of experience, please. I don't know that I want to go back to my 20s. I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Deidre. How are you doing? Do I get flashbacks of my 35-year-old days on the pole? I can't tell you. Flash me. That's the fun of being young. That's how you learn. You're not old enough to understand that other part of it yet, Bree. Am I getting the bumps later? I can't tell you. You wouldn't want to be any older than 30 because that's the last time you were healthy. Dang. I'd have to go back to like a long time. Whatever. Okay. When you're my age that I am today, then we'll talk. Also, I'll still be way older. My past life is scandalous. Oh, here comes Hera. You can pack in a lot of mistakes you learn from it. You're extra efficient about it. Yeah. Yep. But there are some I would just prefer to not repeat. I'm just going to say that. She didn't come in here. She walked right by. Rude. How far back would you have to go to be mentally healthy? Yeah. I don't know. I think for me to be like healthy without an autoimmune, I'd have to go back to 15. Long time. Long time. Hello, ma'am. Thought you were just going to be rude. All right, so we are on you can make a lot of mistakes. No one says you have to learn. Well, true. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it takes a few times and then you're like, oh, I won't do that again. I won't touch that again. That, I got burned. Oh, you got to celebrate your birthday watching this guy? I'm so sorry. This is your fault, Flash fan. Puppy. All right. So, we are on the last witness. It's still going to take us until Thursday to finish it up because this witness is long. I assume the lead detective, since he's last, and it's a detective. But he is a long witness. So the state keeps him up there for a long time. I won't touch that again. Probably not Carmen. She has not learned that lesson yet. First, when you touch it, see a doctor. Yeah, I've got everything done all the way through, Flash Fan. I'm prepared. I'm good to go. So, just to recap, this is Wisconsin versus David. I don't know where I got that. Kevin. Conrad. Whatever his name is. Lychwick. We'll just call him David too. He doesn't know. Yes, that sound was Hera. She knows I'm talking about her now. Like, what are you doing? This is in Waukesha County, Wisconsin. That is famous for Mr. Daryl Brooks and his horrible acts in the parade up there. Dave's not here. Neither is the tech. That's the problem. So he is on trial for allegedly taking the life of his neighbor, my mind just went blank. Carlos Maldonado. Mr. Lychwick is 63. Mr. Maldonado was 56. And then he allegedly concealed his remains. I don't know where, because I've said this 100 times while we've been watching this trial. I do not believe that he laid in the woods outside their apartment complex, not far from the parking lot or the building, from April until October with nobody smelling anything. I think from what Snipe has said, the only way that could happen is if they were in northeast Iowa. Sorry, Iowa. I'm just relaying the message. Yes, and with salt and with a small jug of bleach and a huge thing of laundry detergent. Apparently, in I don't know what she was, that makes you guilty. Don't buy big things of laundry detergent if you are single, or just you and one other person. Apparently, we're all guilty. Northwest Iowa. Okay, sorry, Northwest Iowa. Heidel, you are always the voice of reason. Yep. Which is a good attitude to have, because we can't go back and change anything. We can't redo. There's no redos. We just got to go. And the brewing of beer in Wisconsin. I think there was a beer there called Moon Man or something like that. I bought it when my sister lived in Minnesota and we were going to Minneapolis. Ugh. Sorry, Minneapolis. But man, I'm glad I don't have to go there anymore. But we would grab some on our way back to bring home, because it's not available here. But it was good. I think that's what it was called. Your therapist is from Northwest Iowa. He agrees with you that you wouldn't notice the smell of a body there. Yes, it came up. Oh my gosh. What we are talking about, if you don't know, is a trial we covered, I don't know, a few back, from Defiance, Iowa. It's a very small town where a woman took the life of her very abusive husband and left him in the bed for 18 months, and nobody smelled him in her house. And all she had was a towel and an air freshener. She had a towel wrapped up, pushed under the door. She had an air freshener and some candles on the outside of the door, and then she would open the window. There were people in her house. Her kids lived in that house. Her husband, the guy that eventually became her new husband. It wasn't like she took this one out and married this one the next day. He lived there. He didn't smell, like, nobody knew until one anonymous person, because nobody in town missed him, because this guy was a jerk. And then somebody was like, I think that somebody probably was like, hey, this guy owes me money. I haven't seen him. You should look for him. And then they found him in her bed. And it was kind of gross. We did see the pictures of that. That's back when those trials showed things. He had it coming. He kind of did. However, she got him from behind, so that did not, that was bad for her. But she's out. I hope she's happy. I hope her kids are doing well. They're not with her. And, yeah. Hog farm scented candles. Northwest Iowa just cannot catch a break from you. It wasn't 2021. It was It was back there a day or two. I don't remember. It was way back there. Yeah, it would have been better if she had never met him. Absolutely. But anyway, back to Wisconsin from Iowa. The defendant in this case is representing himself. He's been very standoffish. Is that right? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. He's just not been nice. No, I was talking about her name. Just my brain just quit working. We did watch the Michelle Boat trial. That was also in Iowa. She's also where she belongs. It was before that. But it was. I think you're right. But I can't remember what her name was. I could see her hair. I could see everything about her, except her name. One of you will know it. But anyway, the defendant claims that he doesn't feel well, that he has a rip in his stomach. We don't know what that means. He's been in a wheelchair. He's not been responsive to the judge, although he has started to kind of raise some objections. I'll use that term loosely because they've not been lawful objections. They've just been him being mad that he's there, that he's on trial. We did see his face finally because the camera's behind them, so we only see them from behind. He looks okay. He doesn't look like he is, he's just pale. Like, he's pale, period. He's just a pale skinned person. So, but I thought he looked okay. Yes, Dixie. Yes. Dixie Shanahan. Thanks, Flash Fan. I don't know why I just was drawing all these blanks. That was a trial. I liked it only because it sparked a lot of conversation. I know it was hard for some of us to watch, but it did spark a lot of good conversation. But yes, Dixie Shanahan. So, all right, let me, we are coming in, the jury's in, the detective's getting ready to come up to the stand. Oops, I have literally forgot how to do everything for some reason. I guess it's called getting older. It's just hitting me all at once. Gee whiz. And so here comes Detective Benjamin Stern, I think is his name. And he will be our only witness from now until the end. He is it.
And Stern.
Detective, come up to the witness stand. When you get up here, please remain standing and raise your right hand to be sworn in by the clerk.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you. You may have a seat.
Thanks, Flashman.
And when you are ready, start by stating your name, spelling your first and last for the record.
Benjamin Stern, Benjamin. Stern is Stern.
And sir, how are you employed?
I'm a detective with the City of Waukesha Police Department.
How long have you been a detective with the City of Waukesha Police Department?
Approximately 2 years.
And as a law enforcement officer with this department, how long have you been with the department?
I'm in my 10th year at the City of Waukesha.
To become a law enforcement officer, did you have to go through any kind of specialized training?
Yes, I attended a 720-hour basic law enforcement training while I was in the military. I was a military police in active duty for 4 years in the Air Force. At that time, I took a basic law enforcement academy, at which time when I became a officer for the City of Waukesha, completed a reciprocity exam certifying me in the state of Wisconsin.
And once you complete all of that training, and you get sworn in as a law enforcement officer, do you have any kind of continuing education, whether you're on field training or even once you're off field training?
That's correct. Field training is a several-month process before you're working on your own as a patrol officer. We also have in-service 3 times a year, which is 2 days apiece. Those are all continuing topics, and all sorts of law enforcement. As it pertains to this case, I did attend a 24-hour homicide investigation course, as well as other continuing education and trainings that are pertinent in this case.
And have you also assisted on other death investigations that your department has investigated as well?
Yes, I've worked previously on in assisting in an investigation for 4 previous homicides and approximately 25 to 30 previous death investigations over the years.
I'd like to direct your attention to October 30th of 2024. Were you on duty already on that date, or were you called in for a particular reason?
I was working on duty. I was working as a second shift detective assigned to our general detectives unit.
Where were you called to, what was the address of the scene you were called to investigate?
1512 East North Street in Waukesha.
And that's also in Waukesha County, Wisconsin?
That is correct.
Now, did both yourself and another detective, Detective Condon, go to that scene?
Yes, we did.
And did there come a time about an hour into this investigation where you were designated as the detective in charge?
That's correct. About an hour in, we realized we were not dealing with a simple death investigation based on the information we were gathering and what we were observing. At that time, I contacted the on-duty, my CID supervisor, Criminal Investigative Division supervisor, at which time he assigned me to be the lead detective.
What was the information you had as you were going to this scene before you realized this was something more?
The initial call came out over the radio, which we monitor while we're working in our workstation. The initial call indicated that somebody believed that they had located a body wrapped in a tarp under some sticks. So Detective Condon and I decided to go out and assist patrol with that response.
Were you present then when the medical examiner was called and then subsequently came to the scene?
Yes, I was.
Do you remember approximately how many hours you were on scene at this location?
I believe the initial call for service was shortly after 4 p.m. on that day, and we were out there until around 10:30 or 11 at night, so approximately 6 hours during the initial call.
When you arrive on scene, do you get a statement from a particular individual who was present?
Yes, I spoke to Glenda Rose, who was the building manager, and we heard from her on Monday.
And were you able to gather from her kind of the background information on how the remains on that footpath in the woods were discovered?
That's correct. She laid out for me who had located them and then how she was contacted. And then she shared with me information about a person that had not been seen from the apartment since about mid-April of 2024.
And was that individual Carlos Maldonado?
Yes, it was.
And did he reside in apartment 13 at that address on East North Street?
Yes.
Through this investigation, were you able to determine a date of death for Carlos Maldonado?
Yes.
And before we get to that, when you are on scene and you spoke with Ms. Rose already, are you also delegating any tasks, or are you keeping track of what's being done or what needs to be done, or how does that work if you're the lead detective?
It's a group effort. So if something has not been done that needs to be delegated and I identify it, I will assign somebody to do it. Otherwise, we work as a pretty good team in our criminal investigative division. So they will be letting me know, hey, I got this done, I got this done. So I'll be trying to keep track of the steps that have been done to that point.
While you were on the property, did you notice any trail cameras affixed to any trees in the backyard of the building, if you will, that's next to a hill?
Yes, I did. I located two, as we were walking around, 2 trail cameras that were affixed to trees. One was facing towards the parking lot of the building. Another one was kind of facing in the opposite direction towards a garden bed.
Did there come a time in your investigation where you found out that one of those cameras had originally been in the garage, but then moved to that garden area by the resident?
Yes, as the investigation progressed, while we were examining videos from those SD cards, a couple of the videos were showing a different camera angle, showing the inside of the garage, pointing out. And we had found, in interviewing Mr. Lefebvre, who owned those cameras, that he had moved them just kind of on a whim, if I remember correctly. So they had been repositioned certain times.
Madam Clerk, can you please turn on the screen for the witness, please? There we go. Detective Stern, I'm showing you what's marked as State's Exhibit 164. Do you see that on the top near the title of this PDF?
Yes, I do.
And is this a one-page document?
Yes.
And was this timeline prepared in anticipation of your testimony during this trial?
That's correct.
Did you compare all of the dates and the specific notations of what happened on that date to the reports in this case to ensure that it was accurate?
Yes, we do.
At this time, I would move Exhibit 164 into evidence and ask to publish to the jury.
Any objection to the admission of Exhibit 164
Yes, I do. I object.
based on?
Based on the fact that I'm not receiving a fair trial here and I have no way to properly counter this evidence.
All right, on that basis, the objection is overruled and the exhibit may come in as 164. Any objection to publication of the exhibit?
Of course I have.
Okay, the court is ruling that Exhibit 164 may be used as a demonstrative aid with the jury.
That's right. It's a travesty. Dang it. He's stopped using that word.
Okay, now Detective Stern, in the beginning, we had a presumptive identification that this individual we found in the woods was Carlos Maldonado, correct?
Based on the amount of times it was brought up during our initial investigation, when we first arrived on scene, the amount of times the residents who had come out and spoke with us brought him up, it was a possibility. But at that time, no, we were not operating off of that until the medical examiner could do what they did to assist in identification.
You indicated that based on the number of times or the number of residents who had disclosed Mr. Maldonado's name, do you remember about how many different people advised that Mr. Maldonado had not been seen for a while?
Say 2 or 3. I definitively remember Glenda because it was part of the statement that she initially gave me. I believe the building owner was present as well, also brought it up, and there may have been another person on scene that brought it up, but at least 2 or 3 people had brought up the fact that this was a missing person from this building, and they were hypothesizing themselves that that might be related to what they found in the woods.
And then those 2 or 3 people, neither of them were an individual by the name of Kevin Lychwick, is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, when we look at this timeline here, starting at the beginning with April 13th of 2024, had Detective Barrett started doing a premise history and located a missing persons report of Carlos Maldonado.
Yes, she shared that with me.
And then when Detective Barrett went to speak with the family of Mr. Maldonado, we learned that the last time his daughter spoke with Mr. Maldonado was April 13th of 2024. Is that correct?
Correct.
Then the next thing we see on this timeline is the Home Depot surveillance. How did law enforcement know to go to that Home Depot to go to that Home Depot location in Delafield to try to obtain this surveillance?
As Detective Hallmark had testified, he had written a subpoena based on the Landmark Credit Union statements and located purchases there around that time.
What's up?
Hello.
How are you?
Tired.
I bet you are.
Well, I tell you what. My goodness, what a day. What a day. What a day. Hello, whoever.
We're just going over. For some reason, I called this defendant David today. I was like, I don't know where I got that. I keep wanting to call him that, but then they said, was that Kevin Lychwick? And then whoever said, or Conrad, or David, or Dave, and I was like, don't forget Comrade.
Oh yeah, comrade.
It says, or Cornside Conrad.
It's corn time.
His corn. As long as you don't call him Kevin. I have no idea, John. I don't know. I have struggled not calling him David this whole time, and I probably have and just didn't even catch myself. But I have no idea why. David was his safe word. Well, well, he didn't use it. Somebody didn't use it. Okay. Substained. I forgot about that. Instead of saying sustained, Daryl Brooks would always say substained.
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 It's like when the one lady came in the tattoo shop and asked Caleb for a tattoo, and she said, "Yeah, I want the cross with rosemary beads." Yeah, that's a real story. That's a true story right there.
Did I get a sponsorship with State Farm? No, maybe it's trying to tell you something. I don't know. Is it Jake from State Farm? Grounds for the substain. There was never any grounds for his anything. Oh, he's such a horrible human. That's our last witness, Gabby, but he's a long witness.
That's okay. I figured I knew I was late, but I figured I'd just pop in. So don't let me stop whatever's happening. Just keep going.
No, I mean, he's like days long.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Today, tomorrow, Wednesday long.
And I revoke my apology. Okay? I do not apologize.
That reminds me of the time someone on the news called them Mazel Tov cocktails instead of Molotov cocktail. That's a little different. Rosemary beads. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You kind of forgot what State Farm is. It's insurance with Jake from State Farm.
Oh yeah, Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing, Jake? Remember that? The wife picked up.
That
like,
was funny.
Khakis?
Khakis? She sounds hideous.
Yeah.
Rosemary beads are an entirely different thing.
Yes. Yes, they are.
I'm not reading that one, but yes, you're correct.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to hit play.
All right.
And I believe that a receipt was also located inside of Mr. Maldonado's apartment during the initial investigation as well. That was from around that time. So we knew that we wanted to check Home Depot to see if they still had any video from around that time that may show him there.
Then we learn the date that Ms. Maldonado had reported her father missing. Then we go to when the remains were discovered on October 30th. And then next we have the autopsy on November 1st of 2024. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then were you present during this autopsy?
Yes.
Why were you present at the autopsy?
The reason I was present during the autopsy is that this time we did not know a cause or manner of death. We did not know that this was a homicide, a suicide. We just didn't know. So the purpose of me going there, especially in this case where the remains were inside of the plastic and the tarp, I'm there to see if there.
Did he say we didn't know if this was a homicide or a suicide? He was covered in a tarp and branches. How in the world would he have done that to himself? That doesn't make any sense to me. That was a weird or undetermined. I mean, when you find somebody under a big thing of sticks on a tarp, I'm just gonna go with they didn't do it themselves. Yeah, he was just staying warm. Okay.
Maybe it was his imaginary friend.
Maybe it was Comrade David. Maybe it was. I just Googled Kevin Lychwick trial, and the response was, "Do you mean Conrad Lychwick's travesty of justice?"
That's hilarious.
Maybe a mountain lion buried him. Maybe. It could also be improper disposal of a cadaver. Maybe. I'm not sure which one of those is more likely. I just can't believe he said, we just didn't know if this was... Okay. I just want to be like, explain to me how he got covered up with the sticks. Maybe the animals thought he was cold. Yes, it would be quite a skilled mountain lion. Maybe it was a bear.
All the little gnomes from Snow White came and covered him up.
The little dwarves.
And all the little magical animal creatures came out too.
It was the little yard gnomes and the flamingos. They all came in.
The little penguins and everything,
Yes. They're like, he stinks. Cover him up. Here's an air freshener from Northwest Iowa. That's all you'll need. That just was a weird answer. Okay, I'm done now.
Anything of evidential value, and any determinations that the medical examiner could make immediately that would help us determine what we're possibly investigating.
When you were at the autopsy, did you have an opportunity to see each of the 4 ropes that were wrapped around Mr. Maldonado's remains removed and placed on those white sheets?
Yes.
And if we go back to exhibits 136 through 139, which have already been received. If we go to 136, this is the rope that was around Mr. Maldonado's head area. Is that right?
That is correct.
At the time, did you know if there was anything significant about the ropes that the medical examiner's office removed and laid out on these sheets?
The only thing significant at that time that stood out about the ropes was that somebody would have tied them around him after he was dead. He certainly didn't do it himself. So at that point, we hypothesized that there was likely some sort of criminal nexus to this, as the body was wrapped up and tied up.
And then if we go through 137, 138, and 139, we are seeing all the different areas in which these ropes were recovered from, right?
That's correct.
And is it fair to say that some of these ropes appear dirtier than other ropes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we also learned from the medical examiner's office, and we heard testimony about the clothing that this individual was found wearing as when he was wrapped up in this tarp and this sheeting. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. If I go to exhibits 131 and 133. We'll start with 131. Now, we heard about this baseball cap that was located near Mr. Maldonado's feet in the black plastic sheeting area. Do you recall that?
I do.
So understanding that there is a lot of material on this hat here, does it appear to be a baseball cap?
Yes.
Have you seen a baseball cap before?
Yes.
And would you agree that they have more of a distinct appearance in terms of their shape?
Correct. The bill typically stands out on a baseball cap.
Now, even though there is a lot of material on this hat, are you able to make out what you believe to be the underlying or the original color of this baseball cap?
Yes. In these darker portions, I see it as a darker blue. That's what also my observations in person were. In person, we're able to move around the item, see different angles and lighting. This is a singular picture of it. But my observations during the autopsy as this was recovered was that underneath the material that the hat is covered in, It appeared to be a blue hat.
Now, if I then scroll to Exhibit 133, the shoes that were recovered from these remains, was there any significance to these shoes as it relates to the pattern that we can see on them?
Yes, as Detective Hallmark pointed out when we watched the Home Depot video where Carlos Maldonado was seen at Home Depot, the shoes appear to be very similar, if not the same, as in the Home Depot video. And that's noted by where the white sole meets the blue fabric of the shoe.
Were you also able to see in that Home Depot video what Mr. Maldonado was wearing in terms of a shirt and pants?
Yes. In the video, it appears that they are a dark blue or dark color sweatpant. The shirt was a gray t-shirt.
Was there a t-shirt located inside the black sheeting and the tarp?
Yes, there was.
Were you able to tell the color of that t-shirt based on the condition in which it was in?
Not accurately. It was a dark, when we were observing it, it was darker. It could be consistent with gray, but it was also tainted by the tissue material from inside of the packaging.
Did you see any pants when you were present at the autopsy that were still on the remains?
Yes, I did.
And were you able to tell from looking at those pants, were they jeans or sweatpants or something else?
They were sweatpants.
Were you able to tell the color or the approximate color of them or not?
To me, they were a darkish blue sweatpant.
Okay. I'm pulling up on the screen what has previously been marked as State's Exhibit 59, and it has also already been published to the jury. Detective Stern, are we looking at here the Home Depot surveillance that Detective Hallmark talked about during this trial?
Yes, this is the surveillance in the Home Depot in Delafield on April 14th, 2024.
And when I press play here, is it fair to say that on the top left here, that's Mr. Maldonado?
Yes.
Okay. I will start playing from, it looks like the 1 second mark. Pausing then at 39 seconds. Now, Detective Stern, you are a little bit closer to a screen. I'm not sure how close the jury is to a screen, but can you point out for me any similarities between what you see Mr. Maldonado wearing and the exhibits that we just looked at from the autopsy photos?
Yes, the blue baseball cap, the sweatpants, the bluish color sweatpants, and the shoes, most notably the white sole and where it meets the blue fabric.
And we can see in Exhibit 59, the date and time stamp here of April 14th of 2024 at what looks like 10:19 a.m.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Now, we have this information. We have Ms. Maldonado, who was saying, I last talked to him on the 13th. We have Ms. Rose, who said she saw Mr. Maldonado the morning of April 14th cutting wood. Do you recall that?
I do.
And in this video here, were you able to corroborate that Mr. Maldonado was renting some sort of saw to cut wood?
Yes, receipts were recovered that showed that he had rented. We had seen that rental agreement earlier this week.
If we go back then to Exhibit 164, so we have the autopsy that's completed, and the next significant event in this investigation that we heard testimony about this week was Moxie's search of the property at 1512 East North. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, with that search occurring on November 19th, did you and other officers go back to 1512 East North on November 20th of 2024.
Yes, the next day we went back to follow up on the canine hits to see if there's any other evidence that could be recovered, specifically the hit that she described at the top of the hill.
Now, when we're talking about that top of the hill, was that the photo we looked at where there were some squares with logs, or made in the shape of squares via logs? And it's kind of a clearing at the top up against wooded areas?
That's correct.
And there was a particular photo where Ms. Gumman put a line or circled the area in which she stated that Moxie gave a trained final response on. Do you recall seeing that?
I do.
And based on your experience with being at this property, when you were present for that trained final response, was that location further back against that wooded area?
Yes. From that location, I noted that you could almost not see the road anymore because of the trees as it went down. It was the furthest back secluded area on that property without actually going into the woods. The furthest back that it was clear.
Now, when I say, or when you talk about a grid search, what does that mean? What does that look like?
So a grid search is a systematic manner of search. In this case, we set up, it was approximately 25 feet by 12 feet in the area of that hit on the clearing. So that you've got a large 25 by 12 square, and within that square it's split up by multiple 3 foot by 5 foot squares. We then label those, and we use metal detectors and digging materials to systematically go square by square in an attempt to locate any physical evidence that may be in that area, just based on the that final train response from the dog.
After the grid search, did law enforcement recover anything of evidentiary value?
We did not locate any physical evidence after conducting that grid search up there.
While you did not locate any physical items, did you make any observations of the ground area up at the top of the hill?
Yes, nearby, the clearing was mostly flat at the top of the hill. However, nearby, and in the area where we were performing this grid search, I noticed two divots that were near each other. These divots were approximately 3 to 4 feet long and maybe 2 feet wide. It looked to me that somebody had possibly began digging, as if they wanted to dig a hole up there. However, I would not be able to say that definitively. The divots had grown vegetation and like brush growth, not brush, but grass, and it started growing over them. But there are two depressions that were up there. I also noted while we were doing the grid search that it was fairly easy to move the soil approximately 1.5 to 3 inches down, and then it got to be pretty solid clay-like material, and it was very difficult to dig through from there. Those divots were maybe about 12 to 18 inches deep.
Those divots then, were there two, did you say?
There were two.
And were they right next to each other?
Yes.
Were there any other divots that looked like that anywhere else on the top of the hill in this clearing area?
Those were the only two in that area, and I did not note anywhere else on the property.
While you were at the top of this hill in that clearing area and in the very back where Moxie alerted, did you notice if there were any houses along that wooden tree line, kind of on the opposite side of that tree line?
Yes. What we noted at this point, it's late fall, and the leaves have fallen, so you can see through, and there are houses lining back there. In Waukesha, it's Morey Street, Morey, and Palmer, Palmer. And we eventually went back there to follow up with any of those houses for cameras or potential witnesses.
When you followed up with those residents to see if there were any witnesses or cameras, were you able to locate anything that would have assisted you in this investigation?
No, we made contact with every house that would have had a line of sight, although we noted that in the springtime, when we know this crime to have occurred, the foliage would have been thicker, and therefore you would not be able to see through it as easily as we could in late November. But ultimately, no, there was no additional witnesses or cameras or clues out of that investigative step.
While this is ongoing, just in terms of your investigation progressing, is it fair to say that it takes a little while to investigate a homicide?
That's correct, especially when we are facing the time deficit. When we found out that this was about 6.5 months from the time of the crime to the time that the body was discovered, as several witnesses had already talked about, it is difficult to recover traditional evidence. So it takes time to develop some sort of lead and follow up on them.
And just because there's a gap, let's say, between the 1st and the 19th and the 19th through the 25th, that doesn't mean that you and your other officers were just sitting around the department not doing anything. Is that fair to say?
That's more than fair to say. We were working nearly 7 days a week in some capacity to continue this investigation.
Now, we talked earlier in your testimony about the trail cameras that had been put up by one of the residents, Mr. Lefebvre. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And as this investigation continues, and after Detective Fine had made that image copy of the 2 SD cards, were there a lot of videos on those SD cards?
Yes, there were 6.5 months worth of videos on those SD cards.
Now, was that then split up amongst the other detectives and CID to kind of share the load and everybody took a batch of them?
Yes, it took a very long time and multiple people working a long time to review every one of those videos that were on the SD cards.
On or about November 25th of 2024, were you alerted by Detective Keppel that you needed to look at a particular date and time frame on these trail cameras?
Yes, he located several videos from May 2nd of 2024 that he found suspicious and wanted me to review with him.
And once we learned about these particular videos, did law enforcement go back to Mr. Lefebvre to see if he knew who was possibly the person on those trail cameras?
Yes, we met with him and showed him the clip of the video and asked him the very open-ended question of, do you know who this is? He identified the person in the video, just like he did the other day, as Kevin Lychwick.
Now, you said you asked him an open-ended question. Why not just ask him and give a specific name?
That would be leading. We wanted to see if he could identify him just by looking at what we were looking at. We did not want to suggest to him a specific person. And also at that time, we didn't know who it was either. It was just somebody who was being suspicious. We figured, based on the videos, in these videos, you can see that person using a key to open the garage. And I knew from the amount of time that I spent there talking with Glenda as the manager on the property, that the residents there had a physical key to open the garage door to the underground parking. In these videos, you'll see this individual use a key. So we believe that he was likely a resident there because he was using a key in these videos. And that's why we asked another resident, do you know who this person is?
Madam Clerk, can you turn on the screen just for the witness, please?
Yes.
Now, Detective Stern, while Mr. Lefebvre was testifying, we showed him various clips of these trail cameras that were identified by law enforcement and then shown to him. Do you recall that?
I do.
Now, those were marked as exhibits 66 through 74, but there are specifically exhibits 73 and 74 that I'd like to play with you first and ask you a few questions about them.
Okay.
Oops. First, this is marked as exhibit 73. And then exhibit 74.
We still have the timeline up, Attorney Thompson.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's try this again. Exhibit number 73, and we see that on the top left. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And I'll play it for you from the beginning. And now, exhibit 74. Had you seen Exhibit 73 and 74 during your investigation into what happened to Mr. Maldonado?
Yes.
Do you recognize the property that is shown in those two videos?
Yes, those are both depicting the parking lot area of 1512 East North Street in Waukesha.
And the person that we see on those videos, based on your observation of all of these videos, is that the same person that we saw in the earlier videos in Exhibit 66 through 72?
Yes.
I would move Exhibit 73 and 74 into evidence, please.
Any objection to the receipt of 73 and 74, Mr. Lychwick?
Yes, I strongly object, especially on the grounds that it makes me look suspicious and I was out on my own property, minding my own business.
All right.
There's nothing suspicious about that activity.
Taking that as a relevant objection, the court overrules that objection and will receive Exhibits 73 and 74.
And Judge, the earlier exhibits I just mentioned were not all published to the jury, so I would ask permission, please, to publish 66 through 74.
66 was previously authorized for publication. 67 through 74, then, Mr. Lychwick, any objection to those videos being, hang on, any objection to those videos being played to the jury?
Yes, I object on the grounds that they tend to make me look suspicious because they've been built up to look that way.
Okay, on the same basis, then the court overrules the objections and the state may use those exhibits with the jury.
Now, first I have, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, can you please turn on the screen for everyone? I'm sorry. Thank you. Now, Detective Stern, was this one of the first videos that you were directed to by Detective Keppel?
Yes.
And when we watch this video, I'll ask you at the end, any particular observations you made as it relates to not only what the person was wearing, but also if you could see what this person was carrying. So I'll play from the 0-second mark. Oops. Okay. Now, when we watch Exhibit 66, first I want to start with, can you see a date and time stamp on this video?
Yes.
What is the date and time?
May 2nd, 2024, 0041 hours, which is 12:41 a.m.
What did you note about what this individual was wearing?
What I note is the heavy boots. They appear to go up the ankle, dark color. They're large, heavy boots. The cutoff T-shirt appears to be some sort of pant and a hat. And then I noted the carrying. And if I could ask you to maybe go back to the 00 mark, you get a little better of a view here. There is what appears to be a white plastic bag and a black, some sort of material. The video quality is obviously not perfect, so it's hard to definitively say what those things are, but they appear to be some sort of plastic materials being carried out. There's also what appears to be a wooden handle with some sort of black material wrapped around the very end of it in the right hand.
Yeah, what's your objection?
He's making assumptions he doesn't even know what he's talking about here.
Okay, the witness was asked to interpret what he views on the video and is offering that opinion. You certainly have a right to cross-examine the witness on that point, so the objection's overruled. The answer will stand. Next question.
Thank you. Now, as we continue on in this investigation, and now we start looking at an individual named Kevin Lychwick as a potential suspect, do you ever locate items within his possession that look consistent with what you see on this trail camera video here?
Yes, eventually we do a search of his vehicle, which we'll likely discuss further. But during the search of the vehicle on December the 2nd, pursuant to a search warrant obtained for that search, we located a gravel shovel with a wooden handle that appeared to be cut down with black duct tape around the end. To me, that appears to match what we are seeing in the right hand on this particular video clip. There's also several black plastic sheeting, garbage bags, contractor bags that are located during that search that are consistent with what he's holding in his left hand.
Okay, in playing Exhibit 66 one more time, I'll have a question for you afterwards regarding the direction of travel of this individual, and based on your knowledge of the property, what areas this individual could have been walking towards. Okay, now, having watched Exhibit 66 then, what areas of the property are in the direction in which this person was walking?
So the way he's walking towards the northeast of the property. Remember, that property is kind of on an angle, cardinal direction-wise. From that video, if that person was to turn left, they would be going up the hill towards the clearing that we described. And if they were to turn right, but it's slightly off camera, that would be the footpath area where Carlos Maldonado was eventually discovered.
So both areas in that direction are significant in terms of this investigation with both Moxie's trained final response and the location of Mr. Maldonado's remains.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Now, if, Madam Clerk, you could show the screen again for everyone, I'll move on to Exhibit 67. And I'm going to continue watching all of these videos with you as we go through the date and times and observations that you make, okay? Now I have 67, and I will pause and restart because it automatically starts playing. 66, so let's, okay. Now, in Exhibit 67, what is the date and time here?
May 2nd, 2024, 0110, so 1:10 a.m.
If we compare the times of Exhibit 66 and 67, approximately 29 minutes are in between these two videos. Is that fair to say?
That's correct.
Now, when these videos were watched, were there any other videos in between?
Between 66 and 67, no. And as Mr. Lefebvre talked about with his camera, and what we found when we were reviewing the videos, appeared to be motion activated. There were several videos where a car driving on North Street may set it off. Sometimes branches blowing in the wind set it off. But in this case, there was no other videos that were created in between Exhibit 66 at approximately 12:40 a.m. and 1:10 a.m.
So this person in the video, who Mr. Lefebvre identified as Mr. Lychwick, does not come back from the direction of the top of that hill or that footpath where Mr. Maldonado was found for 29 minutes.
That's correct. There's no motion in front of the camera.
Object.
See objection?
Prosecution is maintaining that I used the footpath. There's nothing indicating that I used the footpath having to do with anything with having any connection with the victim's body.
All right, Mr. Lychwick, certainly you may cross-examine the witness on those inferences that he's drawing, but as far as the witness offering an opinion as to his interpretation of these videos, the objection is overruled.
Your Honor,
the answer
it's
may stand. Hang on, I'm not done ruling. The objection is overruled. The answer may stand. Mr. Lychwick, do you have something else?
It's speculation, Your Honor.
I'm overruling the objection on that as well. Attorney Thompson, next question.
Thank you. Now I will play Exhibit 67 with you, Detective Stern, from the beginning. Okay, with Exhibit 67, were you able to see if the person who had been identified as Mr. Lychwick was wearing anything on his hands?
Yes, in that video, you'll note that there appear to be black gloves on his hands.
Do you see that shovel anymore?
No.
What about the plastic sheeting or the darker item that he was carrying from Exhibit 66?
Nope. In this video clip, doesn't appear that he's carrying anything back that we had seen in the previous clip.
Now, when Mr. Lychwick is going down those concrete steps that we see before the video stops, what do those steps lead to?
Those steps lead down to the overhead garage door, the one that would lead you into the underground parking area.
And outside of that parking area, is that the location where the key needs to be used by the resident in order to open that garage door?
That's correct. You'll note that it's like you'll see like a pole coming up, and that's where that physical key would be used to open that garage door.
I'm pulling up Exhibit 68, but I'll stop it and restart. Now, Detective Stern, the time and date stamp on this video in Exhibit 68, please.
May 2nd, 2024, 0111 hours, or 1:11 a.m.
Now, it's kind of blocked by Mr. Lychwick, or the person who was identified as Mr. Lychwick, but in front of him, is there that concrete slab with the pole?
Correct.
And does he continue to that specific location on the driveway?
Yes, he does.
And I'm playing 68 from the 0-second mark. Okay. Did you see that individual do anything with his shoes or his feet?
What I observed that that individual was taking off both shoes using the concrete slab that that pole is attached to, kind of as a surface. To me, it appears that trying to kick something off of the shoes, the way you would clear off mud.
Also, on the right hip of that individual, did you notice anything in his hip area?
Yeah, on the right hip, there seems to be an L-shaped object. Seems to be some sort of holster attached to the right hip. And that's just something that was noticeable that all the videos from this date.
And are you able to tell with the quality of this video exactly what that item is on his hip?
No, from this quality video, I cannot tell exactly what that is.
Now, if we go to Exhibit 69, what is the date and time stamp on this one, please?
May 2nd, 2024, 0111 hours and a couple seconds. So it's sequentially from the last video that we watched.
Okay. And where this green square is that something we sometimes see when the camera is capturing the movement in which triggered it to start recording?
Yes, in this particular model of the camera, it does some motion tracking since it is motion activated. So you'll see a green square appear when there's movement.
Playing at the 0-second mark. Okay. Now if we go to Exhibit 70, sorry. Does this pick up where the last video left off?
Yes, May 2nd, 2024, 0111 hours, 19 seconds.
Playing at the 0-second mark. Oops, sorry. Does this person then go into, actually, strike that. The direction in which this person's walking, where would that be on the property?
They'd be walking into the overhead garage door for the underground parking area.
Now, Exhibit 71. Sorry. Going back then to the 0-second mark. Now, in looking at Exhibit 71, is this individual back here in where we initially saw this person walking in Exhibit 66?
That's correct, same area.
Okay, playing from the 0-second mark. Okay, I'm going to bring up Exhibit 71 again. What is the time on this video on May 2nd of 2024?
The time is 02:39 hours, so 2:39 a.m.
Attorney
And
Thompson, just to interrupt, sorry, was the rainbow static pattern a part of that video, or was, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't an error in playback on our system.
it was not. That
Thank you.
is part of the video, unfortunately.
You may continue.
Thank you. Now, Detective Stern, you said 2:39 a.m. Were there any other videos between Exhibit 70 and 71 after we see at the end of the last one where that individual went into the garage?
That I do not recall if there were any other videos. Like I mentioned earlier, I was informed and seen many videos where it's just a blowing branch or a car on the road. I don't recall between those two exhibits if there were any other videos or not.
Were you made aware of any other videos in between 70 and 71 that showed this same individual after he had entered the garage.
No, that I'm confident that there were no videos of the same individual that we're currently monitoring being in between 70 and 71.
So now between 1:11 a.m. where we see this person go into the garage and 2:39 a.m. when we now see that person walking back in the same direction we first saw them, this individual is not out and about on the property that you can see from these cameras.
No.
So I will play Exhibit 71 from 0. Did that person have anything in his hands that you could tell?
Not in that video, no.
If we move on to Exhibit 72 then. Going back to the 0-second mark. Now, I know this is the same date of May 2nd of 2024, but what is the timestamp on this video?
0247 hours, 2:47 a.m.
And is this the same person that we've been seeing in all of these other videos so far in the morning hours of May 2nd?
Yes, based on the clothing and the walk, yes, I believe it's the same person that we've been watching in all these clips.
Okay. Then playing from the 0-second mark.
Oops. Okay, I did see the thing on his hip that time. He does walk like the guy that was in the storage unit, because he kind of had, I don't know, he had a distinct walk. The way that, yeah. You recognize his swagger.
That is a good way to put it.
But there was definitely something on his hip. And
I still can't see very well that video. I tried to have to like blow the video up on my phone to like really focus on it, but they get rid of it too fast for me to like.
They're very short. Yeah, they're very short. He also, whoever that is in the video, was looking to make sure there wasn't anybody else. He looked, and I don't know if that's a stairwell there that he looked into. So, I don't know. What are you doing outside at 2:30 in the morning? Not saying you can't be.
Nothing good happens after 12. You know that.
That's right. I mean, this is May 2nd. I think Mr. Maldonado was last known alive, and they knew he was alive April 14th.
Well, it wasn't me. Oh, yeah.
And then this is May 2nd. Did he keep him down in that garage area where the dog hit? Like, where was this guy? That's just, I know that's not the bigger picture here, but it's really bothering me. Yeah, no, it's not clear enough that it's him.
Yeah, because that camera was it was still dark out.
Yeah, because it's 2:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Like, obviously you can see it's a human, and like, obviously, and he might have a very distinct walk, but that's not to say that someone else has that same kind of walk too.
Correct.
You can't see his face in it.
I mean, it's a lot of circumstantial stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care about the storage unit still. I don't care about the laundry detergent or the bleach or the salt still.
I'm too small for Bigfoot.
He had that list, the slop chop or chop, whatever that was called.
Chop shop?
It was
chop slop?
Chop slop, yeah. I guess Rue was correcting me too. But, so he had that list, whoever else was on there, I don't know. And then he said something about the threat had been neutralized after this guy disappears. So, I don't, like I said, there's just a lot of circumstantial stuff around him.
Oh, yeah. I remember the swagger. from that the witness from Ty's case.
Oh yeah. Was that the first guy? Was that
Yeah, the guy who works
Roger?
at golf. Yes,
Roger.
my
Okay.
favorite my
That was
favorite witness of all
yes.
time.
Yes, that was the best one.
Oh, he's the best.
Oh, Roger.
Oh, Roger.
I loved it. He just told it like it was. Like he didn't care.
It's like, yeah, we like to party.
And he's still alive. He's been doing that for a long time. And he's
Yep.
still alive. I mean, you gotta hand it to the guy. Like, good for him.
It's all that time being outside cutting grass that's keeping him going.
Yes.
Vitamin D he's getting from the sun, you know?
I guess. I don't know.
Good old Roger.
Oh, Roger. I can't think of his last name, but I remember when he took the stand because my son, all of a sudden he's like, he started chatting in chat because he just had it playing and he heard that guy and he was like, who is this?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, John.
I know. And Dave, if Dave hadn't taken his tech with him, I could probably figure it out. But so far, I haven't been able to figure that out.
You can do it. It's just through Nightbot, basically.
I know, but Nightbot showed up here just randomly, or Streamlabs or something, and then when I tried to
Streamlabs
get it
did,
to
but I picked it out.
show back up again, it's like, no, I'm not showing back up because there was a Magic 8 Ball thing on there. Like, yeah, I want to do that, and it said, yeah, I'll let you think you're gonna set it all up, and then I'm never working.
Oh, that's nice of it.
See, women live longer, get loads of vitamin D.
I knew he was going to pop in on that one. Huh?
But we popped in, all right.
He popped in. He's like, someone say D?
Nightbot can kick rocks. That's right. I agree. Let me see how much longer we've got of this. I don't remember him from Daryl Brooks, but I don't know. I would take Flash Fan's research over mine any day. Oh my goodness. Okay.
How much?
I don't know.
Oh, because you can't see it because the thing is in the way.
I think I can. A while. Maybe not that long. Adair! What's up, Adair?
Hello, Adair.
How are you, sir? Hope you didn't get any storms today. Hope they stayed north of you. As they stayed north of me. It's kind of them. I do have have sped it up, but he talks faster than her, so I had to slow it back down just a touch.
I don't think you need to. I think you need to, but I don't think you need to.
Well, I don't worry about you guys. You guys are here to tell me if it's too fast. It's the other people that I know that I've made it too fast for before that I try to keep them in mind. So I try to
that's nice of you.
I try. I don't always succeed at that. Sometimes I'm not, but I do try. All right, I think we have less than an hour.
Okay.
Because it feels like we've been going forever.
Yeah. Very reassuring. And he's like, I think we have less than that.
No, they both, that does her. They both speak slow. But then he doesn't speak, she speaks the same speed. He does not. It is humid here too. Like, oh my gosh. Just walk outside and it's disgusting. I know.
Very true. Story of my life.
I have learned that. I have learned that. Sorry.
I know, I saw that.
You know, that's just what you get. Because we've had two 2 summers
That's
of
what you get.
that's 2 summers of Canadian wildfire smoke down here. That's just what happens. And that's in Minnesota. I have nothing to do with that.
She's like, Ash, you know what? Get bent, Ash, that's what you get, all right? How
I know.
rude.
I said I'm not always nice.
I was like, oh, nice.
I said
And she
I
just
try.
Like, well,
I didn't. Did I say that? John Gary, it did not. StreamYard just said no to your comment. It didn't come over here. And
oh, it did. I approved it. I don't know why
Yeah.
it didn't show up.
It's yeah, it's moist. No, it is. It's just miserable outside. It is bad. We're Americans, so we're allowed to be rude. Yep. Yeah, it's not smoke from my area or Heidel's area, but your smoke came here. We had to send it back. That's all that was happening.
Poor Ash. She's just living in a cloud.
She's like, I got tornadoes, I got smoke. What's happening up here? Yeah, I'll keep your stuff to yourself.
She's like, I can't wait for winter, dang it.
I'm gonna send polar bears down to you guys as soon as it gets cold. That's fine. You can send them. Okie doke. Here we go.
Okay, so between 2:39 a.m. and now 2:47 a.m., there's no one in between except when this person goes back in that direction, in the northeast direction, and when he comes back. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Did you see that person have anything in his hands?
In this last video clip, no, there's nothing in the hands.
But did you see this individual do something different than we've seen so far in the other exhibits?
Yes, I noted that he peeks into that back door, as described by someone.
Object.
What's the objection?
He's assuming something that was not true. I was looking to see if I wanted to take the stairs for exercise or not, and I decided to go down through the garage. He's
Okay,
making it
Mr.
sound like I
Lychwick.
was window spying or something.
Oh, you idiot. You just admitted it was you. Okay, well.
You fucking kidding me? Case closed. Thank you very much.
What a dumbass.
Oh my. That was hilarious.
I wasn't
That was-
doing that.
Hilarious. What an idiot.
Gosh.
You should have stayed in your cell, sir. You should have just stayed away. Should have gotten a dang lawyer.
I mean, it's like, okay, you had something at least when you were like, that it's not me. But then you just said, that's me.
I wasn't looking in there. I was seeing if I needed exercise so I could take the stairs. So that is you in the videotape right here? Right here?
Oh, man.
God dang it.
What an idiot.
Well, I guess we all know he's guilty now. Thank you, sir, for
He's like,
summing this case up for me.
yes, thank you. Detective, no more questions. I mean, just end right now. You just said, oh my gosh. You
can't wait to
answered
hear what-
your own question, Chloe. He's a dumbass.
I can't wait to hear what the judge has to say now.
Oh my gosh.
That was hilarious.
Oh, how in the
Haley.
world? What's up, Haley? I'd just
That
be
was
like,
funny.
you know what? The state rest.
Yeah, right?
Like, that's it.
Can we immediately push this to sentencing? Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding.
How's the tear in your stomach now, buddy? I
Yeah.
wonder when it's going to hit him. I wonder when it's going to hit him of what he just said.
That's not how I buried him. Kevin.
Kevin, probably.
Okay, well, what an idiot.
Wow.
Didn't didn't have that on my bingo card.
Holy crap.
Alrighty then.
That was unbelievable.
That was just great.
Miraculous. I love it.
The entire court probably is just like that.
Yep.
Ooh.
Face palm.
Dummy. The judge is probably like, oh, okay.
Something.
Mr. Lychwick, if you're going to raise an objection, it has to be a legal argument objection, not a
Not a
factual
dumbass one.
testifying to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, disregard the defendant's comments about what he said he was intending to do there. The objection is overruled. The answer may stand. The witness was asked to provide his interpretation of what was being shown, and that is what he did. Attorney Thompson, next question.
Now pulling up Exhibit 73. What is the timestamp on this video?
0247, 2:47 a.m. in 56 seconds.
Picking up where Exhibit 72 left off?
Correct.
I will continue playing from the 0-second mark. Now, what direction do we see this individual going at the end of exhibit number 73?
So the video cuts out. That is the extent of that video. Does not continue. However, if that individual was to continue walking straight in the direction he was going, it would be very nearby where Mr. Maldonado's body was located.
Objection.
What's the objection?
He has no proof. He has no idea where I was headed to exactly. That direction leads to the driveway.
The objection is noted. It's an objection about interpretation of the witness's testimony. The
Thank you.
objection is overruled. The witness's answer will be allowed to stand. If you have questions on cross-examination, you may explore that then. Attorney Thompson.
Now moving on to exhibit 74. What is the timestamp on exhibit 74?
Same date of May 2nd, 2024. It's now 04:13 hours and 41 seconds. 4:13 in the morning.
Is this the next video from the end?
Objection.
Hang on. Let the question be asked first. What's the question?
The exhibit 74, is that the next video after exhibit 73 where we see this individual that we've been watching at various times the morning of May 2nd?
All right. What's your objection, Mr. Lychwick?
The Detective Stern's response, his heightened demeanor, 4:30 in the morning, as though there's something wrong with the time that I was out. There is no curfew. There is no martial law in this town.
All right, Mr. Lychwick, I'm going to stop you there. Your objection was to Detective Stern's response to the last question. It's up to the jury to determine the witness's demeanor and credibility based upon his demeanor. That's a matter for the jury. It's not a reason for the detective's statement to get stricken from the record. The rest of your arguments are not relevant to admissibility of the detective's answer. So for those reasons, the answer will stand. Attorney Thompson, you've asked your next question. Detective Stern, do you remember that question and you can answer it, or would you like it repeated?
Can you please repeat your question?
I can. This individual that we've been watching all morning in various videos, between exhibit 73 and I think it was 2:47 or 2:49 a.m. to now exhibit 74 where we see this person again at 4:13 a.m. Are there any other videos where we see this person in these areas on the property?
Between the last clip we watched and this clip, there are no other video clips showing this person.
When 74 is paused where it is at the 0-second mark, does this person now have items in his hands?
Yes, appears to be some sort of black bundle. Can't tell definitively what it is, but he now has items in the hand.
I will play.
Objection.
What's your objection?
So what? So I have something in my hands at this time.
Okay, Mr. Lychwick, that's a relevance objection. The objection is overruled. The answer is relevant to
I think it's a
what's
shovel.
being decided today, so that objection is overruled.
And
Attorney
he's
Thompson,
digging a
your
hole.
next question.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I
the guy
was going
wasn't
to play
even
exhibit
buried. There
74
was
from the
sticks
0-second
over him.
mark.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like he has a shovel in his hand right now and he's digging himself a hole. He cannot get out. I didn't do that. I wasn't walking that way. I was this way. It's like,
And
dude,
isn't this video like near where the guy was found?
yeah, it's outside the apartment.
Oh my! Shut up!
He just
No, you know what? Keep talking. You're that dumb.
I would
That's
be.
the most ridiculous thing I've ever friggin' heard.
I mean, this is just insane.
We'll.
So what? Should be a valid objection. Sorry, Bad Daz. I did see you deleted that. There's your corrected one. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. This is a travesty, I tell you. A travesty.
This is an outrage, Your Honor. I have a tear in my stomach.
Every time he objects, yes, we hear more confessions. It's like the state's like, please keep objecting. Please. You're just solidifying our case for us. It may have been weak, but you just made it. It's ironclad.
And the judge also didn't tell the jury to not to unhear what he was just saying the last 3 times. They only said the first time. So they're allowed to hear this now because he's obviously not going to stop.
He's not going to stop. I mean, it's like he is a dare.
Yes.
He is, if that's what you want to call it. He is representing himself. He's not really spoken until like now, and now he is just hanging himself.
You can't tell what's in my hand. Well, I'm sure in the next objection you're going to tell us what's in your hand. So we'll just sit here and wait and find out.
I mean, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. The gears in his brains are not turning. Someone bring him the WD-40 stat.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, this is why they fired, and this is why he fired his attorney. They weren't willing to argue this shit.
Oh
He's
my
doing
God.
He's doing a great job. A great job.
Yeah.
I mean, a round of applause for you, sir. Golf clap. Oh my gosh. We were just sitting here saying, we don't know if that's him. It probably is him, but we don't know. And he's like, no, it's me.
Yeah. We were just saying, well, the video, you can't really see the guy's face in the video, so I don't know if it's him.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, he admitted, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay, well, thanks for clearing that up. Thank you.
Me.
You know
It's
what,
a little...
TJ? He just said, that's the real crime. He can't tell where I'm going. I was seeing if I needed exercise, and I was going to take the stairs. When? Oh, Lord.
The squeaking thing is the hamster running on the wheel in his brain.
Yep.
Yeah. That was me, so what?
Yeah. Objection.
He's definitely the guy I'm hiring as my lawyer.
A way to remove all doubt.
Yeah, there's zero. It's a person that represents themselves has a fool for a client. Something along that line, Adair. Oh my gosh. Yes, digging a hole is a lot of exercise.
Wait, isn't he Kevin?
Yes, he's Kevin. Yes. Yes, that's why he can't wait to see what Kevin says, what he was doing, where he was going. Like, that's me. I mean, that's not me. That might be me.
He's talking about himself, and then he's like, Kevin, it's me. I'm in here.
Kevin, it's me, Conrad. I'm in here.
Conrad, it's me, Dave. I'm over here.
With the tech over here, I can erase the camera.
Oh my God. This is priceless. I can't.
Oh.
You can't make this up. You can't make that. Come on.
And he
This is
just
the most
won't
ridiculous
stop.
thing.
And
I
he
came
just-
back on a pretty good day, I'll tell you what.
You did. A man who represents himself has a fool for a client. Thank you. Yeah, he should change his name to Dave so he can claim Dave's not here, man.
Yeah. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I wish he would talk about himself in third person.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Oh, yes, he should refer to himself as my client.
Oh my God, there's so many good things that I wish he would say now.
Oh my gosh, this is just... I'm surprised he hasn't attempted to say they're trying the wrong person because that's not his name. He might. He might.
Never know.
I mean, who saw this coming? Because I sure didn't. His standby attorney has just got to be like Are
You
you?
know, his standby attorney is no longer standing. They've left the building.
He's just like, Judge,
Hi.
I'm out.
He hands him he slips the judge a piece of paper and he says, "I quit."
I'm out. This is ridiculous. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what else this genius has to say for himself as he continues to bury himself.
Wow.
The judge is like, I don't know what to say.
In looking at Exhibit 74, once that individual kept walking, were you able to see anything in the left hand?
Yes, appears to be a white plastic bag with something inside of it.
Are you able to see from the quality of this camera what exactly was inside that plastic bag in his left hand?
No, I can't.
Here we go.
Is that the first time then?
Come on, tell us,
from
buddy.
12:41 a.m. to 4:13 a.m. that we see this individual with those items in his hands that look like the white plastic bag or the black object?
That's correct. In between, as we saw the clips in between, he didn't have those things. So those were the two timestamps where we see those items in the videos.
Now, we've reviewed all of these videos. We've spoken with Mr. Lefebvre. We have his identification of who he thinks the person is in those videos in Exhibits 66 through 74. Now, the following day, on November 26th of 2024, does your department execute a search warrant on Mr. Lychwick's residence?
Yes, based on that identification and the activity that we viewed in those videos, we obtained a search warrant, which was approved by a judge here in Waukesha County to search Mr. Lychwick's apartment.
Because law enforcement can't just walk into someone's apartment because they want to take a look around. Is that fair to say?
That's correct. It'd be a violation of their rights.
Now, Madam Clerk, if you could just turn on the screen in front of the witness, please. I am showing you what is marked as States Exhibits 215 through 219. It's a total of 5 pages, and I would just ask that you follow along as I scroll through them. Do you recognize the scene in these photos?
Yes, those are photographs that were obtained during the November 26, 2024 search of Mr. Lychwick's apartment.
And prior to this point, had you met Mr. Lychwick in person?
No.
As part of your law enforcement duties, when you are applying for a search warrant, do you also have to include a basis for believing that that apartment belongs to that individual?
Yes.
Now, had you seen any kind of photo of Mr. Lychwick prior to this search warrant process? Or during the search warrant process, did you look up a photo of him to know what he looked like?
We were able to look up a Department of Transportation, so your driver's license photograph. We were able to look up that as part of the preparation for this search warrant.
And then you were able to confirm that he is the resident of apartment 11 at 1512 East North Street?
Yes, that was based on Department of Transportation records for the driver's license, as well as in-house records. We had previous contacts with him where he had listed that as his apartment prior to this investigation.
I would move Exhibits 215 through 219 into evidence and ask to publish to the jury.
You said 215 to 219?
Correct.
Mr. Lychwick, any objection to the admission of those photographs?
Yes, I have objections to the admission of these photographs.
What's your objection?
I object because because this whole case against me is not correct. It's not it's false.
All right, based on that, the objections are overruled. Exhibits 215 to 219 are admitted.
May I please publish to the jury?
Any objection to publication, Mr. Lychwick?
Of course I object.
The exhibits may be published.
Now, starting with Exhibit 215, is this, what is this photo?
This is the front door of apartment number 11.
And then 216, what are we looking at here in this photo?
This is the kitchen area and kind of a dining room area inside of apartment number 11.
In Exhibit 217, what, if anything, does this remind you of in terms of this investigation?
When looking at this photograph, I note the dark duct tape on the black plastic sheeting over that object, and it reminds me of the tape that is seen on the black sheeting during the autopsy of Mr. Maldonado.
218, what are we looking at here?
It's the living room area of apartment number 11.
And 219, what is that?
It's also the living room area. Most notably, this is what Detective Skolton and Detective Bauer had previously described as the makeshift desk area in apartment number 11.
And what was the significance of their search of this desk area in the living room of apartment 11?
This is where they located the folders that contained the notes that had Carlos Maldonado's name on them and these list of operations.
I object.
What's your objection?
That is not true. It has not been proven that I wrote those notes or had anything to do with them or that they were actually ever in my apartment.
Okay. Again, I'll ask the jury to disregard any statements by the defendant about introduction of his evidence. Based on that objection, the court will overrule it and the answer will be allowed to stand.
Also in the apartment, we saw photos in exhibits 88, 89, and 90 that were previously admitted and published to the jury, where we found a chair that had several ropes tied around it. Do you recall that?
I recall viewing that, yes.
Okay. If I pull up exhibit 88 then, exhibit 89, and 90. Having reviewed those, do you have in front of you at the witness stand exhibits 145 and 145A?
Yes.
And are those the ropes that we see in these exhibits 88 through 90?
Yes, these are the ropes collected after these photographs were taken.
What, if any, significance to you as a law enforcement officer in this investigation do those ropes have?
Well, to me, again, I was present at the autopsy. I saw what came off of the packaging. I saw what was inside that packaging. To me, this rope bears extreme resemblance to the rope that was around the packaging that Mr. Maldonado was found in.
Madam Clerk, can you please turn on the screen just for the witness? During your investigation, had you learned that the individual, Kevin Lychwick, preferred to be called Conrad?
Yes. Again, speaking with various individuals as the investigation continued, several people referred to him
I
as...
object.
What's your objection?
Why does the use of the name that I've been using for over 40 years have anything to do with the relevance of this case? It's my choice to be called what I wanted to. The fact that I never got to court to legally change my name is irrelevant in this case.
So it's a relevancy objection to this. Attorney Thompson, what's the relevancy?
The relevance is that Mr. Lychwick preferred to be called Conrad, and certainly when we start going through his Gmail returns, Conrad is included in the Gmail account. So I'm also laying the foundation for those returns as we go through them.
Very well. Then the objection is overruled on relevance grounds. The answer may continue. I know the objection came mid-answer, so Detective, if you wanted to continue your answer, you may.
As we were talking to people around the apartment, they referenced him as Conrad, and that's how we referenced him. Obviously, we found the legal name through the Department of Transportation records. However, Conrad was the name he preferred to use.
Was Mr. Lychwick home when this search warrant was executed on his apartment on November 26th of 2024?
Yes, he was.
And did you and Detective Barron stay outside in the inner stairwell area with Mr. Lychwick while officers were searching his apartment?
That's correct. Myself and Detective Barron stood by with him in the common area on the second floor landing while other detectives and officers executed the search warrant.
Were you wearing a body camera when you were sitting with Mr. Lychwick out in that hallway area?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, can you turn on the screen just for the witness, please? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. If I were to pull up here, exhibit number, actually, I'd like to go through with you exhibits 178 through 180. And now, when you are out there in that hallway with Mr. Lychwick, does he have any conversations with you about an interest in German history?
Yes, our conversation, we did not discuss the investigation while the search was being completed. So we had various small talk conversations. During that time, he shared with us that he likes to attend social meetings at a bar called the Eck Bar, and he explained the German heritage and the German theme of that bar. He talked to us about traveling back and forth to Germany as a child when he was younger. He spoke with several German words during that time and explained to them, and overall it was a cordial conversation about several different topics, but specifically his connection and interest in Germany was one of those topics.
And when you look back at...
What's your
I
objection?
don't see what relevance this has to this homicide investigation.
That objection is overruled. The answer may stand. Next question.
When you look back on this conversation and consider it in the context of items found during this search warrant in Mr. Lychwick's apartment, did his interest in Germany become very relevant to your investigation?
Yes, when viewed through the context of the German phrases used in the notes that were located in his apartment, in light of the weapon that we heard, fired the rounds that killed Mr. Maldonado, that being a German manufactured firearm, that is where the relevance to me of his interest and his knowledge about Germany, history, and German culture becomes relevant.
Object.
What's your objection?
Prosecution has no proof that the weapon belongs to me.
Okay, Mr. Lychwick, that is a matter for the jury to ultimately decide. The objection's overruled. Next question.
But don't worry,
Now,
I'll tell you it
did there also come
does.
a time during this conversation with
Dummy.
Mr. Lychwick where he referenced an individual that he knew in the state of Minnesota?
Yes, he spoke about what he described as a former girlfriend, that they had broken up and that she lived in Minnesota.
And did that conversation then become relevant to one of the operations notes that you located in Mr. Lychwick's apartment?
Yes, one of the individuals that's listed on the operations note was this female that he described living in Minnesota.
In a moment, on the screen in front of you, did you review portions of that body camera that you were wearing during this conversation with Mr. Lychwick prior to your testimony today?
Yes.
And as part of preparation for your testimony, did you prepare portions of that body cam that show the conversation about Germany and this individual he knew in Minnesota?
Yes.
And Exhibit 178 in front of you here, do you see it's paused at the 0-second mark? Do you know who that person is that it shows?
The person in the video is Kevin Lychwick.
And on the top right-hand corner of this body cam, is there a time and date stamp?
Yes, November 26, 2024, 10:09 a.m. This is the body camera that I was wearing during the execution of that search warrant.
And exhibit number 179 then. Okay, we'll skip that one for now until it decides to load. But then exhibit 180 as well. Do you recognize, it's paused at the 1-second mark, but do you recognize the individual it shows?
Yep, this is a continuation of the same video from my body cam. That's Kevin Lychwick on the video.
And same date of November 26th of 2024.
Correct, with a timestamp of 10:19 a.m.
Objection.
What's the objection?
Again, so what? Relevance.
Right. Relevance, that objection is overruled. The answer stands. You may continue.
Thank you. Now, do you see Kevin Lychwick in court today?
Yes.
Can you please identify him by where he is seated and an article of clothing he's wearing?
Yes, he is seated at the defense table. He's wearing a green jacket.
I would ask the record to actually strike that. I understand how the court has responded in the past, so I apologize. Now, I'm going to try Exhibit 179 one more time, and it does not appear to be working. So I will work on that. But in terms of Exhibit 178 and 180, I would move to admit those and ask to publish to the jury.
Mr. Lychwick, any objection to the admission of 178 and 180?
Yes, I have an objection to the admission of those evidence. They are not evidence. Those are simple, common, ordinary knots and common, ordinary rope used to make a makeshift easy chair.
We're talking about the body camera videos that show the conversation with you and Detective Stern in the hallway. Do you have an objection to the admission of those?
I sure do, because it belongs to this case, which is a travesty of justice.
All right. Again, Mr. Lychwick, I am not going to allow you to editorialize about the trial. Your objections are overruled. Exhibits 178 and 180 are in evidence. As to publication, Mr. Lychwick, are you objecting to the use of those exhibits with the jury?
Of course I am.
The court will overrule those objections and allow the exhibits to be played with the jury.
Madam Clerk, if you could please turn on the screen for everyone. I will start with exhibit number 178. And I'll play the first 5 seconds or so just to make sure that the audio is working appropriately. Okay. Now I can hear it on the courtroom speakers. Is this the area, the landing of the steps that you sat with Mr. Lychwick in for the duration of the search warrant?
Yes.
Okay, I'm playing exhibit 178. It is 2 minutes and 11 seconds long, and it starts at, according to the timestamp on the body cam, 10:09 a.m. and 31 seconds.
I object.
What's your objection?
This was not given to me in discovery.
That is
Attorney
incorrect.
Thompson, we've made a record about discovery being provided to the defense previously. That is not not an objection for trial.
Thank you, Carmen. You've missed so much today.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Said I'm 35.
I believe it.
It
After what I've seen today, I'll believe anything.
I will not admit that's me on the tape that I'm objecting to. Objection, that's not what I did.
Yeah. I had to decide if I needed exercise to take the stairs.
Objection, that's not my gun. This is my gun.
Yeah. That's not the hip I usually keep my gun on. It was on the other side.
Must be a mirror image. Thank you, Ash.
Brady violation.
Thank
Mistrial
you,
of
Miss
prejudice.
Haley. Yes, Brady violation mistrial with prejudice. You're free to go. See you later. This witness looks like he got his haircut in 1930s Germany. Well, the defendant can probably tell you if he did or not. Because,
Probably did.
oh my gosh.
He probably did. Oh man, I can't. This guy is something else, huh?
You better go to bed, Miss Carmen. Get some sleep. You got one more day to go. You've been outside. It's hot down there. It's hot up here. I was sleeping with my nut. Okay, I can't wait to see this body cam footage of not him. Oh, this. You've missed it. He's already. He has made so many objections. And then his objections were, that's not what I'm doing on the video that he says isn't him.
Yeah.
He admitted it. He
literally said it out loud in court.
repeatedly. This is body cam video of this day they did search warrant. So, yeah. We all were...
I bet you he's standing right next to the body, too. It's like, what the hell, man?
That's not me, that's me. I mean,
Yeah.
we all were just talking like, there's not a lot of evidence in here. There's just all circumstantial. And then he's like, nope, it's me. That's me. That's me.
Yeah. That's not what I was doing.
Like,
Objection. What's your objection?
that's not what I
Poppycock.
was doing. Yeah.
He just says random words. He's
I
like,
was
"Eh,
just,
so what?"
yeah, I was just looking around. There's not martial law. That was the best argument. Oh my gosh.
What kind of objection is so what?
His,
Very professional.
all he has. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see this body
Someone
cam.
get him a Harvard law degree immediately.
Yeah, please.
That's been settled. On that basis, the objection is overruled. The exhibit may be played.
You said you go to a bar for like a monthly thing. What's that about?
I'm in a social club.
Oh, cool.
It's my event. We call it a lunch. So I created this event trying to meet people and stuff. And so you hang out, you pick a place where you're going to meet and so forth. So I spent a lot of time in Germany. So I picked this little German bar out in my Dallas. And so we've been getting together there, but it's really kind of small and too loud. So we're going to switch to another bar now. That place was really crowded, but the bartender was a very nice girl, and she was the one that told me about TikTok. Yeah, we saw you on TikTok.
Which bar is it?
It's called the Eck Bar. It's German for corner bar.
Okay.
But it's not what Germans call a corner bar. It's typical somebody trying to get their own English translation in. The Germans call a small, it's really a pub, and the Germans call a small pub a Kneipe. They use a lot of hand words.
Okay, how do you say it?
E-I-P-E.
Okay.
Kneipe. So it's really a Kneipe.
Okay.
But they call it the Eck Bar. So the Eck in German is corner. So.
Okay, so they put their English translate, they put it into Google Translate, and they got it.
Yeah, that's probably what she did. The owner. But walls are full of trinkets and things from Germany that the local population around the area who used to go there, and now have gotten real old or died off, and they don't go there anymore. Have left on walls, and they all contribute something, steins and things like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's heavily centered on Bavaria, so they have the checkered blue flag flying with the German flag and our flag.
Okay.
And then we were all laughing because somebody tacked a small American flag onto the German flag. I think they taped it on there.
Come on.
Well, that's, I suppose, it's America's.
Yeah, well.
Now, when you were testifying earlier, explaining the different parts of this investigation, had you also clipped a particular conversation where Mr. Lychwick was explaining growing up in Germany or traveling to Germany?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Then in Exhibit 180, which has already been received, I think I asked published, but I'll double check.
You did.
Okay, thank you. Now, are we going to hear about the conversation about this individual in Minnesota?
Yes, I believe so in this clip.
Okay. Starting at the 0-second mark, and this clip starts at 10:19:42 per the timestamp on the body cam.
I have to.
Well, thanks for breaking the rule.
In the dating apps and so forth, I try not to say that.
All right.
If they see you're in your 60s, they don't really look at you anymore. So
Really?
I date a younger girl.
You did say you had a girlfriend in her 20s.
Well,
Recently, right?
yeah, she just turned 22 this October.
Okay.
I don't know why we broke up. She should be here with me.
Okay.
Good person.
She was just awesome.
Did you guys end up meeting through like the online dating app or yeah?
Age didn't matter to us at all. Just get some static from people now and then,
Yeah.
You get static, but again, she's not 12, she's 22,
Right.
she's an adult. No.
Well, she just turned 19 when we met.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's already in college. She had a nice place. She was like going on 42.
Okay. When did you guys break up?
Just pause the video, please. What's the objection?
They're making me look like a cradle robber or something. This is irrelevant to this investigation.
All right, I believe the state has already introduced the relevance
I mean,
by setting up the foundation through the
listen.
detective. The exhibit has already been admitted with.
She's an adult. She was an adult. She was an adult. I am saying that to convince myself. She was an adult. Oh my gosh.
Is his girlfriend invisible? Probably.
I think so. I think so.
Cradle robber. Cradle robber.
Why?
That was so funny.
Well, he's not wrong. True.
Oh,
Thank you,
Lord,
Bree.
that was great.
Oh my gosh.
I was just getting into the video, too, and then all of a sudden in the background I heard objection, and then stopped the video, and I was like, where'd that come from? Then it cuts to him. You're making me look like a cradle robber.
Well, overruled, proven you were a cradle robber. I mean,
God.
oh my gosh. Maybe he has two, a righty and a lefty. She turned 19 and she was ready. Creeper, how long did you groom? I don't know. I had to blow her up.
2 coconuts on a sheet.
He does look like our thin Ron Jeremy.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. I prefer the coconuts, to be honest with you.
I would take the coconuts, and I don't even like coconut. So, but I would, oh my gosh. Wow.
Sheet happens.
That's right. And a lot has happened today. This has just been glorious. He cannot get out of his own way. He is the light at the end of the tunnel. He is the train that's going to come run him over. Like, he cannot move.
Straight unalived me. The sheet happens.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's see what else he's going to give us. Because, I mean, he just... coconut.
He's going to give us something.
I like how she was 22 going on 42. What? No, she wasn't.
No,
She was...
that doesn't work that way. It's when like a little kid is 4 and they're like, oh, she's 4 going on 16, you know, because she's so adult.
Yes.
Like, she's 22 going on 40. That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't.
Stop it. I can't.
Now, Bree, I'm questioning. Bree, you were here earlier, right? Not Brandon. Because your guys' names, I'm just so confused. It was you. He wouldn't have typed it that way. I'll answer my own question. It's fine. The 20-year-old was mostly duct tape and tarp. Was she also tied to a chair? She was really mature for her age, but she looked like she could be my granddaughter. Oh my gosh.
That's
yes.
funny.
I think he's aware of that. I don't know. Ugh.
What would have been
Gross.
funnier is if he said that. Well, she was really mature for her age. I would have died. I would have died.
Oh my gosh. I can't with this guy. What is...
Also, I want to meet this girl.
I don't.
I do. I want to meet her.
Just keep running away, girl. Wherever you are, just keep going. Find somebody your age. She has an old soul. Ugh, but like that's her dad. That could be her dad. My bottom jaw has yet to come back up to my upper jaw. That's okay, Snipe. And we love you for it.
I think we all are a little bit immature, too.
Absolutely. That's why we're here.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
I can't wait to tell Caleb this guy ratted himself out.
Oh my gosh. And yes, I thought that. I just wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, he's got old man wrinkly balls.
It was a second-hand fleshlight. Ew. Nobody wants one of those.
Second-hand flashlight? No, thank you.
Nobody wants that.
You have to buy it at the 99-cent store. It's so second-hand.
Ew. Ew. That's probably more accurate than we want to know.
Police or supplier. supplier of coconut oil, that's for sure.
Age is just a number. That's true. Okie dokie. But some ages are just okay. I'll keep my opinion to myself because there's somebody out there that's them.
Picked it up at the Goodwill.
Ew, you picked it up. That's the problem number one.
You touched it? That's great.
Okay, here we go.
Without objection, or over the objection, I believe. The court has already allowed it to be published, and based upon what's been displayed so far and relating back to the reason for playing this that the state introduced, I'll overrule the relevance objection and allow it to be played. You may continue.
I'm sorry, I paused it for the objection at 1:15, and I am resuming play there.
I can't tell you why. It was just, I don't know, my friends think it was all the driving. She's in Minnesota. North Central Minnesota, so we were driving back and forth, which is really the main reason why I got the Kia downstairs, the Kia Forte.
Yeah.
So we could be together. And gas mileage is really good. It's just weird. It was 358 miles one way, so she was coming here and going there, home from school and her job and stuff.
What does she do?
She works now. She's working. The last I heard, she's working at Starbucks.
Okay.
She's getting pretty good tips and everything. And then for a while, she was working with the community college, studying welding. And I'm so glad she dropped out of that. She's just a little woman. She almost had a 110-pound saving tank fall on her.
Oh, wow.
She threw her back out, so I was working on her back. I was so worried about her. Finally, she just pulled the plug on that. She said, I'm through.
You can make some.
Okay. Exhibit 180, I'm sorry, Judge, that was a total of 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Now, Detective Stern, when we hear this information about the person in Minnesota, on one of the notes located in Mr. Lychwick's apartment, is there an operation that is connected to an individual in Minnesota?
Object.
What's the objection?
There was no note like that found in my apartment. I don't know what they're talking about. This is ridiculous.
Okay, again, I'll ask the jury, or I'm instructing the jury to disregard the defendant's statements about evidence. The objection's overruled on that basis. The witness may answer.
Can you repeat the question again,
I
please?
can. Now, after watching Exhibit 180, was there a connection during this investigation you were able to make between a note recovered from Mr. Lychwick's apartment referencing an individual in Minnesota and the person being referenced in Exhibit 180?
Yes, on one of the notes that were recovered in his apartment during the November 26th search warrant, there is reference to an individual that I believe he was talking to us about in that clip, that she lives in central Minnesota, as he said.
Now, moving on then to the notes that were recovered from Mr. Lychwick's apartment. I think we heard from Detective Skolton that there was a large amount of paperwork that was seized and then brought back to the City of Waukesha Police Department for additional review. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Now, were there two notes in particular that were of value to you in this investigation?
Yes,
Do you see Exhibit 146 in front of you at the witness stand?
I do.
And can you remind us what Exhibit 146 is?
146 is what we have been calling an operations note. This was located in that makeshift desk area during this search warrant. Lists out 4 different operations, the first of which says Operation Slop Shop and names Carlos Maldonado.
And I'll pause you there. I believe Exhibit 146A was previously received, but I cannot remember if I published, so I would ask the court if I can do that now as Detective Stern is reviewing 146.
146A was received and was used with the jury already.
Thank you. Okay, now in front of you, you have the physical note that you are talking about here with Operation Slop Shop. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And 146A is a copy of that. Is that accurate?
Oh, I'm sorry, 146A is on the screen. Yes, that is a photograph of it.
Okay, now, if you could please tell me, as we go through this, what is the title, if you will, of this note?
The first thing that I note there is targets identified.
And does it give a date range?
Targets for 2023 to 2024, November 2023 through 31 January 2024.
Is there an actual stamp with the date on it?
Yeah, there seems to be a stamp on there, or there is a stamp on there, November 26, 2023.
If we go to the first operation, listed as number 1 here, can you read that for the jury, please?
Yes. Operation Slop Shop, Carlos Maldonado and connected subjects and threats from this operation.
I object.
What's your objection?
This is not my document. I don't even know what a slop shop is. I have no connection to this document. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what he's talking about.
Mr. Lychwick, this objection is untimely. Exhibit 146A has already been received into evidence. You may continue, Attorney Thompson.
Now, as we continue on this particular note in 146, is there a second operation titled Operation Starling?
Yes.
And is there anything about Operation Starling that references Operation Slop Shop?
In another document related to Operation Starling, there's another 2 more references to Operation Slop Shop.
Okay, is that in front of you marked as Exhibit 147?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now Exhibit 147, is it currently wrapped in plastic?
Yes.
And is there also another folder in there with a piece of paper on top of it?
Yes.
Okay, and before we show that to the jury, is this that second operation, or the second letter that we're talking about here that had evidentiary value to you that was recovered from Mr. Lychwick's apartment?
Yes.
And it's a fair and accurate depiction, and in fact, it's the original that was recovered from his apartment during the search warrant on November 26th?
Exhibit 147 is the original that was recovered on November 26th from his apartment.
I would ask that...
Object.
What's your objection, Mr.
Assume this
Lychwick?
evidence. This is an assumption. It was not found in my apartment.
All right. The objection is overruled. That is something for the jury to determine. Attorney Thompson?
I would ask that Exhibit 147 be received.
It already has been.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
But it has not been previously published to the jury.
Okay, thank you. Now, Detective Stern, if you could hold that up in front of you, Exhibit 147.
Are you asking to publish it?
May I please publish?
Mr. Lychwick, any objection to the publication of 147?
I sternly object.
Okay. The court will allow 147 to be published and used with the jury.
Thank you. Detective Stern, can you please hold up Exhibit 147? Is there, to your knowledge, a backside to the note?
Yes, there is.
Is there anything on the backside of the note that was particularly relevant to the investigation here?
Not particularly. It was a couple acronyms that appeared to be scribbled down.
Okay. Now, Madam Clerk, can you please turn on the screen in front of just the witness? I am going to place on the screen for you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 182. Is this a 2-page document?
Yes, it is.
Do you recognize Exhibit 182?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
This is a document that kind of takes my translation of these letters based on the handwriting. It took some time to interpret what was on there. So basically, we created this document so that we could read it without trying to read the handwriting on the original note.
Okay. Was this exhibit, Exhibit 182, prepared in anticipation of your testimony in this trial?
Yes.
And is this exhibit detail your translations that you put in your supplement report regarding this investigation?
Yes.
And did you go through Exhibit 182 and compare it to your report to ensure that there was accuracy to these translations that you discussed?
Yes, I did. They're both the same.
And would reviewing Exhibit 182 as we go through these photos assist you in the translation and in remembering how you put together the sentences, if you will, and the messages in these notes.
Yes, it would.
I would ask that Exhibit 182 be admitted into evidence.
Any objection, Mr. Lychwick?
I heartily object.
Okay, Attorney Thompson, is 182 a summary or demonstrative aid for both 146 and 147?
It is, yes.
Okay, so both 146 and 147 are contained on 182?
That is correct.
You mentioned, Attorney Thompson, that there is some text on the backside of 147, which is in a sealed envelope, so not readily accessible without breaking the seal. Is any of that text on 182?
It is, yes. So I will be asking Detective Stern to open that plastic seal.
Okay, I just want to make sure that if the jury were to want to compare the original writings with the summary, they would have access to all of 147.
Yes, they will.
Okay, over the defense objection, then I will allow 182 to be received as a demonstrative aid.
Okay. Now, may I please publish 182 with the jury as I go through the note with Detective Stern?
Any objection, Mr. Lychwick, to publication of 182?
I heartily object.
Okay, the court will allow 182 to be used with the jury.
Okay. Let me try to set up this screen here first. Oops. I'll go back to 146A. We will start there. And then okay, now Detective Stern, can you see exhibits 182 and 146A side by side?
Yes, I can.
Okay, now as we continue going through exhibit 146A, we've already referenced Operation Slop Shop and explained that. Now, for the second operation of Operation Starling, when we talk about or move down to phase 2, is there an individual there named Raven Tanya Frederick?
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to connect this person to Mr. Lychwick and to the state of Minnesota?
Yes, the individual lives in the state of Minnesota and had a previous romantic relationship with Mr. Lychwick.
And through the investigation, in terms of digital evidence that we'll talk about later, did you also see this name in those items?
Several times.
Object.
What's your objection?
He's saying that he saw her name in these documents that were not created by me. He put them there. I had nothing to do with this.
Mr. Lychwick, the objection's overruled. Whether or not the documents are tied to you is a matter for the jury to ultimately determine. This witness is stating that he recovered these documents during the search warrant in your apartment, and that's the extent of the conclusion he's drawing. So for that reason, the objection is overruled.
Got it. Okay, then as we continue reading in Exhibit 146A, is there a backside to the 146 exhibit you have in front of you on the witness stand?
Yes, this is the front and this is the back.
Okay, now when we're looking at Exhibit 182, does that continue on with the backside of the front of Exhibit 146?
Yes, the number 3 and 4 are copies of what is on the back of Exhibit 146.
Okay, now those two operations that are on the back of Exhibit 146, can you flip that in front of you?
Yes.
Are, specifically in Operation 4, are there two names under that operation? Are there two names under that operation?
Yes.
What are those names?
Lychwick, Kurt P. and Arlene J. Lychwick.
Now, in terms of when we're assessing who this note belongs to, are those two individuals, were you able to figure out who they are?
Yes.
And who are they?
That's his younger brother and his mother.
Is there also in Operation 3 a name of an individual that you determined to be a real person throughout your investigation?
Yes.
Were you able to determine a connection between Mr. Lychwick and this person?
Yes, previous romantic relationship.
Now, if we move to Exhibit 147, which you should have in front of you, and if you could please go ahead and open Exhibit 147.
Well, he puts his gloves on. I think his mom and his brother were on his little list of, I assume, targets. Oh, on that one? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I got it.
Is there a pair of scissors
We're
that was
almost
up here?
I'm sorry. Madam Clerk, may I borrow? Thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot they were returned.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, now, as we go through exhibit number 147, this second letter, are there references to Operation Slop Shop in letter number 2 or exhibit 147?
Yes, there are two on this side of Exhibit 147.
And that folder that is also in the bag with exhibit 147, or with the note, excuse me, I'm sorry, was this note found in that folder?
Yes.
Is there a name on that folder?
Yes.
What is the name?
Raven Frederick. Also, it says Roland Richard.
Now, does page 2 of exhibit 182 then assist you with reading exhibit 147?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Now, if I go down to page 2, what is the, how does the letter start?
Operational, I believe it says service, but I put it in a bracket because I was not entirely sure. So operational service for 2023-2024. 4 main targets centering on attacking. Stay focused on the mission momentum.
I object.
What's your objection?
The detective isn't even sure what he's talking about again.
Okay, ultimately, the jury will decide what these exhibits say. The Exhibit 182 has been allowed in as a demonstrative exhibit to assist the witness in testifying and to assist the jury, but it's the jury's determination ultimately as to what these letters contain. The objection is overruled. The witness may continue.
With this demonstrative, are there other areas of this letter where you put either words or blank spaces in brackets?
Yes.
Is that because that's what the note reflects, or is that also an area in which you are not entirely sure because of the difficulty in reading what it says?
The brackets are not on the note. The parentheses are on the note and reflect what is here. However, the brackets were me making a note of either a misinterpret or my inability to read it, or perhaps it was a foreign language word. Or in some of the brackets, I also just denote that, you know, I figured out what the word was. It was in German. So I just kind of put what the translation was.
Okay. Now, then after it talks about,
Objection.
What's your objection?
He says he's not even sure. He says he's kind of sure.
Okay.
Kind of sure. This is my life we're talking about here. I object to the way he's wording this and claiming that this was found in my apartment and everything.
Mr. Lychwick, again, I'm not going to allow you to editorialize. You can state your objection, which you have based on the objection you stated. I'm overruling the objection. This exhibit is already in. The jury is to determine the weight to give to this witness's testimony and the weight to give to this exhibit, if any, and that's a jury determination. The objection is overruled. The witness may continue.
now, after we talk about staying focused on the mission, does this letter then start discussing Operation Starling?
Yes.
And what is the first reference in Operation Starling to Operation Slop Shop?
It's located here. It says, need to execute Operation Slop Shop. Need momentum, push, money/financing, equipment, vehicles, arms, restraints, plastic materials, etc.
In particular, underneath the heading of obstacles to operation, is there, or can you read what those 3 obstacles are?
Again, on the original, that's located right here. Secrecy and entering the movement in and around Minnesota without leaving a footprint. Funds for operation need approximately $12,000. Disposal of rotten meat and staging area.
Did there come a time in this investigation where you were reviewing records, electronic records belonging to Mr. Lychwick that referenced carcasses?
Yes.
And is rotten meat generally a carcass?
I think that's a fair example.
Okay. Now, when we continue further down the letter in Exhibit 147 with you on the witness stand, is there a portion that's written in either it's darker or a different colored font? Is there a paragraph that stands out to you at the bottom of this letter?
Yes, the bottom of this letter is a darker ink, and there's a paragraph there.
What does that paragraph say?
This operation can commence since Operation Slop Shop is completed. Funds and reparations have been seized from Slop Shop for Starling, and all threats from the first stop have been neutralized.
Madam Clerk, can you turn on the screen, please, just with the witness? Now, in terms of these letters, they were both found in Mr. Lychwick's apartment. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
I object.
What's your objection?
They were not found in my apartment. Those are
Mr.
not my
Lychwick, I'm not going to warn you anymore. You cannot editorialize. You cannot try to introduce testimony or evidence. You state a legal basis for your objection, and I'll rule on that. Your objection is overruled. The testimony will stand. Next question.
From your research, did Mr. Lychwick live alone?
Yes.
Carlos Maldonado, is that the individual who lived right next door to him in this apartment building?
Yes.
Were there other references in these electronic records we'll go through where it appears that Mr. Lychwick had been searching Carlos Maldonado's name?
Yes.
Are there German references throughout both of these notes?
Yes.
And we watched those 2 recordings where Mr. Lychwick discussed German history and was kind of talking about that to you and Detective Barron. Is that correct?
Correct.
When we talk about those electronic searches later on, an individual named Raven, does that person show up in those searches?
In the electronic records, yes.
And then from the first page in Operation 4, Kurt and Arlene, you indicated there is a relation between them and Mr. Lychwick. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, in looking at what I'm about to pull up as Exhibit 92, was Mr. Lychwick's cell phone seized as part of this search warrant that was executed on November 26th of 2024?
Yes.
And were you the one that then requested Detective Fine perform an extraction of that phone and create a forensic image that you could then view?
Yes.
Okay, Attorney Thompson, I'm going to take a break this time.
That's a
We've
good
been at it
breaking
for a
point.
while. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a bathroom break and stretch break for about 10 minutes. I remind you again, please do not discuss this case amongst yourselves.
All rise, jury.
We got 1 minute after the jury leaves. Either for the judge to make a record or for him to make a record or both. Probably.
You may be seated.
I told you my name is Conrad, dang it.
Conrad.
We are outside the presence of the jury. Mr. Lychwick, I've cautioned you already on the record. I'll caution you again. I'm not going to further allow any more editorializing or your attempts to testify in front of the jury. Frankly, Mr. Lychwick, what you're doing, I want you to really pause and reflect on the statements you're making, because essentially you're connecting yourself to a lot of this evidence by raising objections and trying to testify to the jury. So I'm not going to allow that anymore. If you have an objection to make, you can state objection. You can state a legal basis if I ask for it, and that's it. No more testimony. Understand? All right. Anything else from the state before we break?
No, thank you.
Mr. Lychwick, anything else before we break?
Again, this whole trial is a travesty, and I object to it. This case should have been dismissed 8 months ago due to tainted evidence. There's the presence of tainted evidence in this case.
Your
It has not
objection's
been
noted.
properly investigated, and furthermore, I'm in poor health.
Your continuing objections are noted. We are on break.
I wonder if he thinks that there was tainted evidence because he rubbed it on his own taint, and now he thinks that it's tainted evidence because it touched a taint. Like, what is your basis on that, sir?
He
Where
was
are you
like,
getting this information?
I didn't do that. I did this.
Yeah. Objection. He doesn't know what I was doing. I was going down the stairs.
I was just going down the stairs. This is no martial law here. Oh my gosh. Well, there went the doubt.
Taint.
The
Taint.
The doubt
It's tainted.
that has left the building because he took it and threw it out. What's up, Christine? How you doing?
Tainted love.
You missed him telling on himself, Carmen. I mean,
Oh, it's so epic. You should go back and watch
you should
it.
go back and watch it. It is amazing. Like, he and it's like it didn't even dawn on him that he's literally admitting after he said that's not me to yep, that's me repeatedly. He just wouldn't
Multiple
stop.
times. Right after another.
Oh my gosh.
With my paint, with my paint.
Me too. Me too. You guys. All right. Well, we'll continue on. Play it again for Carmen. Carmen needs to go to bed.
That
It's just
that
to
was
work
really
tomorrow.
funny though.
But it was really funny. But
It was
You know
like,
what?
you don't know what I was doing. Yeah. I don't think you knew what you were doing in that moment at all, sir.
it was so good. You know, I think I'm gonna go eat a Snickers ice cream bar.
You deserve it.
I do deserve it. Oh, goodness. I changed the outro just for today, unless I forget to change it back tomorrow. It'll be for tomorrow, too. Because I'll do it and be like, oh, crap, I forgot to change it. But I had to, it's so humid here that I had to give blame where it I just...
Oh, Canada.
Not Canada. It's not Canada.
Oh, okay. The sun?
I think we have a better idea of what he was doing than what he was doing in court.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely.
If he had admitted it was him in the video, the jury would have nothing to go on but wager. Exactly. That's what we were discussing. And then he's like, no, y'all wrong.
Yeah. He's like, silly detective, you don't know what I was doing. I was doing not what you suggested.
They are so good and addictive. So I don't eat them very... I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, it means go to bed, madam.
Well, enjoy your Snickers and enjoy the rest of your birthday.
I will. I also probably am going to go to bed. I didn't sleep worth a crap last night. Probably because I'm old. I hear that happens.
I hear that.
Well, at midnight, I got a text message. I was like, who? I know somebody is texting me because it's just after midnight. And it was my nephew. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just got to sleep. Then I couldn't go to sleep. You were looking at worms at 2:30 in the morning?
No, that's what he's saying the guy was doing.
Oh. I was like, why?
He's out there looking for worms. Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here. Oh, well, thank you for hanging out with me. I know I didn't tell anybody it was my birthday. So that's why you didn't know, Haley. was kept at a
Well, I
secret.
would have remembered that because I wrote it on my calendar, but the day I've had, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then Carmen came in and I was like, dang it, thanks for reminding me, Carmen.
Should have said he was looking for owls, and then the judge would have said, who? And he would have went, who?
Yeah. Knock, knock. Oh, Lord.
Well, thank you, Mr. John Gary. Oh, Christine got it. Congratulations, Christine. I will have a happy Snickers ice cream on my birthday. Thank you, Snipe. All right. So, I haven't played this song since last summer when I learned about it.
All right.
But, Ash, you could I know you're not. You could just be cussing me out in French, and I'd be like, thanks. That'd be me.
She rewinds back after the video ends. She's like, Google Translate immediately. What did she really say?
Thank you, John. Most if you eat the whole Snickers ice cream. I'm just going to have one bar. One bar. All right, you guys. See you tomorrow. We'll continue on this fun time.
All right.
And I can't wait. I can't wait. I did not have any idea this was going to get like this. So we'll do it again tomorrow. And have a good rest of your evening. See you then.
Bye.
Woke up tripping, skies were blue. Said this ain't right, there's no storm due. Stepped outside, shirt stuck to my chest. Not rain, not fog, it's corn at its best. Fields all standing like leafy men. First firing hard again and again. Who knew stalks could sweat like that? Mother Nature needs a thermostat. Corn sweat's real, not a joke. So muggy you can nearly choke. Humidity, nah, it's plant perspiration. Midwest swamping the whole damn nation. Corn sweat dripping down my face. Welcome to the corniest place. It ain't just heat and it ain't just dew. It's that high moisture maize making soup out of you. Farmer grins from his tractor throne. Says that's just the corn breathing on its own. I tried a fan, I tried some ice, but the air's so thick it's cooking rice. It's the only time I miss the snow. When sweet corn makes your armpits flow. I swear the ears are out to kill, turning July into a hot wet grill. Corn sweat's real, not a joke. So muggy you can nearly choke. Humidity, nah, it's plant perspiration. Midwest swamping the whole damn nation. Corn sweat dripping down my face. Welcome to the corniest place. It ain't just heat and it ain't just dew. It's that high moisture maize making soup out of you. Corn sweat's real, not a joke. So muggy you can nearly choke. Humidity, nah, it's plant perspiration. Midwest swamping the whole damn nation. Corn sweat dripping down my face. Welcome to the corniest place. It ain't just heat and it ain't just dew. It's that hot moisture maize making soup out of you.